Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the video. Today we are going to talk about one of my favorite decks, a deck that I have been playing for the past couple of years, Burning Abyss. Tier Skills finally released in the TCG with their new release of Phantom Rage. And the card is literally one of the best cards that Phantom Knights could have ever gotten, possibly. I decided to mix it with Burning Abyss, of course the deck that we all know at this point. And yeah, it's quite a really good deck. It has a lot of OTK potential, it can push for a lot of damage. But I did opt to go for a little bit more of a control build with a little bit more traps and control cards like droplets. And yeah, honestly, the deck is really good. It's very strong going first. 1 turn skill plus a Burning Abyss monster in hand equals Bardiche plus a Beatrice, which is pretty insane. I'm going to show that in the video later as well. Honestly, this deck is super strong. And yeah, I really like it. And I'm going to talk to you about all the cards that I'm playing. It's basically a little bit like the deck that I played before, but it's quite different now. It still builds on the same skeleton as before, but yeah, honestly, this deck is it has been so much fun. I've been playtesting with friends a lot, and it's been just super cool. I brought it to a local, which I won. It was not a local with many participants, it was just a remote duel online. But it was a lot of fun to play the deck, and it really kind of overperformed for me there. Turn Skills is honestly one of the best cards ever. And yeah, let's just go straight into the deck profile. But first, let's thank the sponsor of this video. But before we get into the video, I have to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of this video, which is Cardmarket. Cardmarket is the best European platform to buy and sell your Yu-Gi-Oh cards. You can buy on this website from professional sellers and multiple well-known vendors, or just private sellers like you and me, people that are just looking to sell their cards. And just like that, you can sell them too. Cardmarket has everything you want. It has singles, it has sealed boxes, it has sleeves, it has everything. Next to that, it also has the highlighted products that you see right here. It has expansion text to help you out in which set is what. It has inside text to give you the latest insights on the meta. It has everything you want. Thank you, Cardmarket, for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to it. One of the terms that really comes around with new releases in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that this set will change everything. Honestly, this set does, but this card for the Phantom Knights and the Burning Abyss archetype, this is such an insane card. It does everything. So let's read it if you don't know it yet. It's one of the most important cards of the deck at the moment. It changes the literal entire Phantom Knight lineup. You can discard one card, send one Phantom Knights card from your deck to the graveyard, except Phantom Knights of turn skill. If another Phantom Knights card in your graveyard is banished while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use each effect once per turn. So a couple of things with this card. First of all, it Foolish Burials every Phantom Knight card in the deck. It's not bound to monsters, it's not bound to spells and traps. It can send every Phantom Knight card in the deck, which is already insane. If you need a trap in the grave, you need a trap. If you want to start off, you can send Cloak. This card is really good, and I'm going to show that in the combo afterwards as well. The second effect, when he summons itself from the graveyard, is also really insane. Because, for example, you send Cloak, you banish Cloak, add Boots, summon them both, link them away, banish Boots, summon this card back for another level 3, which is insane. If you have 2 Phantom Knights in the grave and a trap card, you can banish the trap card, summon the other, then summon Torn Scales back again. This card is so versatile, it really, like, back when we played like 1 Silent or 1 Gloves, 2 Cloak and 3 Boots. But nowadays that's really not necessary anymore, and this card definitely changes the entire lineup of the deck. So, without further introduction, we play triple Torn Scales. That absolutely makes sense. This is probably one of the best extenders, or one of the best starters in the deck. Discarding is really good in the Burning Abyss deck already, and if you have Boots, you don't even have to discard. This card is such a strong card. The next Phantom Knight we play 3 times is Silent Boots, still a card to play at 3, because you want to banish it each turn and you want to summon it each turn. This card is still very viable at 2. And the last Phantom Knight monster we main is 1 Ancient Cloak. Back then we played 2, I am still doubting to play 2, but this card is really, if you open the skill and this, you can just discard this and then you still can add your Silent Boots. So this card is such a versatile card, still discarding and sending, it's just, you always get to play with these cards, so that's really cool. Then, of course, we play Triple Tour Guide. Still makes sense. Still one of the best one card combos in the game. Is it better than Skills at the moment? I am not entirely sure, but I'm still playing at 3. We are still playing 1 Phoenix Rhino Barrier. There is no need for another normal summon, so we're just playing it with 1, which is already good enough. Then, due to the ban list, we play double Graf. We play double Seer. We play double Farfa. I still like to play 2 Farfa. I am playing a lot of Burning Abyss monsters in here, so definitely prepare yourself for that. We are playing double Libic, because it still can come up. Then 1 Alik, 1 Barbar, 1 Calcap, and 1 Skarm. I still like to be very versatile with my Burning Abyss monsters. I still like each and every card, and I still like them as names to summon themselves. And honestly, this is just a good lineup. You can always basically make either a, what's it called, a Cherubini, or it's just something else. And you can extend easily into a Bardiche later as well. Then we play triple Ash. This is the only hand trap I main. I didn't really have a lot of room. My deck is already very strong going second with the very powerful spell cards that we play. So I didn't really think I needed the Gammas or the Nibiru's. And I wanted to keep up this high Burning Abyss lineup. If you want to play more hand traps, you can just like cut 1/1/1 whatever, or some of the spells. I personally like it like this. We are playing triple Droplet. This card has such a good utility with the deck, being able to send Farfa from your hand or your used Fog Blades from your field. This card is such a strong card in the Burning Abyss deck. Then we play, to go second or first, triple Tactical Talents. If you get hand trapped or if you get negated, you could just steal your opponent's card, link it away, or hand loop them, or draw 2 cards. I am playing triple Allure to cycle out cards. You know, sometimes this also catches a hand trap, which is nice. Which is not a good play, but it is nice. And a 1 Foolish Burial. With Tear Skills in the deck, this card definitely has a lot of utility at the moment. And we play triple Fogblade. And one of my favorite Phantom Knight cards is Phantom Knight's Wing. Why should you ever play Wing? First of all, you can only banish Fogblade once per turn from your graveyard, and this is another card that you can banish from your graveyard. You can also just send this with the Torn Skills and then summon another Phantom Knight from the graveyard as well. There are so many utilities for this card, and even the effect on the field comes up. Boosting a monster with 500 and not letting it die once per turn is such a strong effect, and it's honestly kind of difficult to, you know, get rid of. Like anything powerful on the field and boosting it. The last card we play is triple Ice Dragon Prison, which is a card that I really like. Adding a little bit to the lineup of the trap lineup for more versatility when going first. And this card is just so bonkers. It outs a Dragoon. It's just really strong. So a little bit more of a Burning Abyss lineup, which is something that I really like. We're not playing anything really weird, any combo-ish. We're just gonna play, you know, straight up Burning Abyss like we're used to. We play double Dante. 2 Dante is definitely enough for now. You don't want to play anything else, more or less. 1 Breaksword, also still needed, combos well with Bardiche. 1 Levier. This card is super important to bring back something like Ancient Cloak or your Torn Skill or whatever is banished. This card helps extending as well, bringing back resources that you can use later. Just such a good card still. And it's just Link Fodder. You go from 2 monsters to 2 monsters, so it's basically the same, but you keep more resources. Then we play Divine Arsenal AA Zeus. When Dante attacks, you can just make this, so I thought it would be fun to throw it in there. This is kind of a flex spot, but I like the Zeus in there. 1 of Beatrice. A card that has left the extra deck for a while is the Fusion. Although I have noticed that a lot of players these days have no clue what this deck does, and they just destroy Beatrice and they just summon Fusion Dante, and then they have no response to that, and it's honestly so free, and it's back in there because I like it. Cherubini, mostly for the combo to end on a Bardiche and a Beatrice. 1 IP Masquerena. If you don't have such a good hand, but you do have access to a Seer, you can just like make, or a Graph, you can make a Dante summon Seer, summon Masquerena, then make Masquerena Beatrice, which is also really good. We play the Nightmares. We play 1 Cerberus, 1 Phoenix, 1 Unicorn. Mainly to go second. These cards are still very strong. Discarding is still good in this deck. Then we play the 1 Rusty Bardiche. Very strong card. It's really weird because everyone thought it would be too broken bringing it back from the ban list, but it's kind of mundane at the moment. So still really strong, of course, but it's not as strong as people expected maybe. 1 Moral Sword for game. The last card we play is Topologic Cerberus. This combos quite well with the IP, but it also combos well with the fact that you can just special summon any BA anytime, which is really strong. You can also trap your opponent in their turn by banishing a Phantom Knight trap, summoning a monster as well. This card is so strong that it has won me so many games already, and yeah, I really like it. So, for the combo, quote-unquote combo, we're gonna open up a Torn Scales plus any Burning Abyss monster. We're gonna put these in there as well. And some traps. And any card to discard, which is fine. So, you have 2 more cards, of course, but we're only using this for the combo. So the thing is, we're gonna normal summon the Tear Scales. If the camera can focus. It can. Cool. You're gonna use the effect of Torn Scales to discard 1 card. Then you send your Ancient Cloak to the graveyard. You banish this Ancient Cloak to add back Silent Boots, which you can then special summon because you have a Phantom Knight on your field. You can link these 2 away for the Cherubini. Then you can use the effects of Cherubini to send a Graph from your deck to your graveyard. The effect of Graph will summon a Seer to a point Cherubini points to, because you don't want the BA to die. Then you have 2 Phantom Knights in your graveyard. You can activate the effect of Silent Boots to banish itself, adding the Fogblade to the hand. This will trigger the effect of Torn Scales, being able to summon itself back, because the Phantom Knight is banished. You can overlay these 2 for Dante. You can use the effect of Dante to mail any 3 random cards from your deck to the graveyard. Then you can activate the effect of Seer to special summon Graph. You can link these 2 cards away for a Bardiche, preferably in the other zone, to get some space. Then you can send out any card, any Phantom Knight from your deck to the graveyard. I preferably like to send out a second Torn Scales. You can also send a Silent Boots for next turn. This is why it's maybe good to play another Cloak, because then you have some, follow-up for the next turn. And you set your Fogblade on the field. You have 2 Fogblades at this point, 2 interrupts. You still have the 1 BA in hand for the Beatrice. And that's it. That's already pretty strong. You still have 2 more cards to play with. Maybe you discarded something else that triggers in the graveyard as well. And this deck is just so versatile. This is only like one of the combos, and going second with resources in grave, you have so much potential to go anywhere. Like, this deck is super explosive, super versatile, super strong. And I honestly really, really like it. At this point, it's so fun to play. And yeah, if you want to try out new Phantom Knight stuff, and this is one of the most, it's a little bit more of a mundane build. It's really not that combo heavy. I know that there are many, many wild things you can do with Turret Skills, which will also be featured on the channel. But this is the build that I wanted to share with you guys today. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. For more Phantom Knight Burning Abyss content, definitely stay tuned, and that will definitely come. Shout out to Joshua Oosters. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Bye guys!